This is MLW's Heavyweight Hustle, Calvin Tankman, and you're tuned in to Sportskeeda Wrestling.
What's going on, Sportskeeda fans? This is your analyst, Lee Walker, and I am here today with MLW's 6'2", 355 pounds, Calvin Tankman. The man moves and has the strength of a tank, but he's as fast as a Lamborghini. Calvin, how you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So you first signed your MLW contract actually back in May 2020. How did it feel when you first signed?
Exciting. I didn't really have an idea of like when stuff was going to happen or how stuff was going to happen because we were in the middle of a pandemic when all this happened. But I was just really excited to get to work. It was one of those things where like, as soon as my contract was up, I was wanted to get on a plane and go somewhere and wrestle, but couldn't really do that. Kind of had to wait. I couldn't even really tell anyone. I told like close family and stuff like that, and like a couple close friends, but kind of had to keep it under wraps until they were ready to announce it. So that ended up not even happening for a couple months. So yeah, like it was just a culmination of everything that I've worked up to so far. To really get this opportunity to show what I can do at the next level. So yeah, it's just dream come true, really.
Yeah, and speaking of the next level, like I said in the beginning there, you've got the size of a tank, as strong as a tank, move as fast as a Lamborghini. I want to read something to you real quick that MLW's CEO Court Bauer said about you. Calvin caught my eye for his athletic explosiveness and versatility as a competitor. There isn't anyone like Calvin Tankman in the sport today, and it is our privilege to share this extraordinary competitor with the world. How does it feel to have the CEO say that about you?
It's humbling, I guess. He sees a lot of talent and has seen a lot of great talent over the years, and it's just kind of crazy that he has words like that for me. It really makes me excited that the people in charge really are backing me and really believe in me, because that was a big thing with signing, is like where other places were kind of like or maybe not even that, but a lot of people I was new. A lot of people didn't really know how to necessarily take me or where to put me, and MLW said, look, we see something in you, we want to invest in you. We want, just like you said, we want to showcase you to the world, and because we think that you are on this level and we think that you can be this, this, and this. And so hearing that made me just want to work with them. You know what I mean? It's different than just, here, kid, let's see what you got. It's, okay, we've seen what you've done. We've seen the hard work you've put in. We believe you're talented. Now let us show everybody else how talented we believe you are. And so that was a big thing for me. So, and it still is. It means a lot to me that he thinks that highly of me. So
Yeah, and you signed back in May 2020. You get the announcement November 25th. You're going to make your debut. How did it feel when you got the call, and how did it feel knowing that there was a date that was coming up?
Different. It's just like definitely the anticipation was building to let everybody else see what I've been working towards and what I've been doing, especially like people at home, because when you're wrestling and you're doing stuff on the indies, not everybody gets to see that. So not everybody gets an idea of what you are, who you are as an athlete. So that allowed a lot of people from my area to kind of see like, okay, maybe he is special. Maybe he does have something. Oh, okay, this is what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that type of thing. So it was like, it allowed me to really be able to be like, look, here's easy accessible. You can see what I've been working on while I've been gone every weekend for the past 5 years. And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and really, yeah, it was just, it meant a lot because, like, my daughter can watch that. My dad can watch that. My dad, who up until 6 months ago was asking me why I was wrestling and beating myself up every weekend and not making too much money, and it didn't make sense. Like,
Yeah.
uh, it gave me that like validation. There's a date there. Like, once this happens, you know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
dad can't say anything about wrestling anymore. Dad can get my son's doing something. Like, I he watched one of my first matches in front of 20 people at a random old shutdown school in Indianapolis. So uh, going from that to like being able to see his boy on TV is something that I was definitely looking forward to.
Oh, that is awesome, and that had to have been a special moment for him to watch. And November 25th, you got that moment. Uh, how'd that day feel for you?
It was different. I
Yeah.
like I had to work my actual job that day, so
Oh, yeah.
uh, I was at work the whole day getting notifications, and like I wasn't able to watch it live when it was on. So I'm driving the truck around Indianapolis, and my phone's just blowing up with stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, like uh, a guy called my baby brother and Jordan Rose, J Rose, does a bunch of video editing stuff, and people know him from IWTV. That's like my little brother. We met, same thing, like 6 months in, just two kids from Indianapolis that loved wrestling. And he came up to me and was like, "Hey, I think you're good. Let me design a T-shirt for you." And that's just kind of how our friendship blossomed from there. And we've just been cool for the past 4 years. And so that was another thing. He tweeted, "I couldn't miss this." He was out working at one of his friend's house doing some media work, and then made him turn his TV on so he could watch it and see my debut. So like getting to see stuff like that, like people that like really tune in and really care about you, it's like, I don't know, it like made me feel good that they felt so good about seeing me do something that I love. You know what I mean? Being able to prove
Yeah.
them right, supporting me from the beginning.